Alright, so it looks like this fine morning we are pulling up anchor and crab trapping. Who knew? What's on the end here? Which I suspect is a crab trap based on the weight.
What? I like crabs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It even has a crab in it.
Oh, it's got a few in it.
So,
Is it ours?
my question to the community is, if I found this tangled around my anchor chain and it has no float attached to it, which my understanding is the identification as to whose trap it is usually on that float, does that mean this is now my float?
Crab trap.
Or crab trap? Yeah, that one.
I don't know, babe.
And there's a little conch right there, and another right there, and
Look at the size of the claw on this guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if this is the one that goes with that float that was over in the grass over there.
Oh, and somehow the float got cut off.
This guy's huge, but I don't even have like a sizing gauge or any of the things. Like, I don't know anything about this. So the question is, dump all the crabs out and keep the trap, or just throw it all back in, and let it sink to the bottom and be garbage forever, which will kill all of these crabs.
Yeah.
Or like I said, my first thought is that we motor over to this and tie this rope onto his float, and the next time he comes and checks it, he gets 2 crab traps. I don't know what the legality of any of this is. Yeah, I suspect that all of this is a result of somebody who came flying through here and sliced this rope, which is now hooked on
Oh,
this
number.
again.
Numbers.
Again?
Yeah. Hooked on us again.
Yes.
Really cool.
Oh, good. We found the end. That's important.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so let's get the anchor up the rest of the way, and we'll maneuver over here and get a hold of it with the fish hook, with the boat hook, and yeah, we'll give him 2 crab traps because I think that's the best thing to do.
Okay.
Well, I'm not really too sure what happened. We definitely set up a camera to record all of that, but apparently I forgot to push record or something. We did manage to get the crab trap attached to the other float. So if you happen to trap crabs in Blackbeards Creek just before the Y and you found 2 crab traps on your float, you're welcome. All right, so we didn't get any footage of it coming down, but we spotted a UFO, and the UFO turned out to be 3 happy birthday mylar balloons caught in the wind.
Yeah.
And they landed in the water right beside the boat, so we're on our way to go get them.
Yeah. Cool.
We did eventually get out of there, but we were really starting to wonder if Blackbeard wasn't trying to keep us. Yeah, that's the marina we're going to for fuel today, and the anchorage is just right beside it. But we literally just came underneath this bridge like 10 minutes ago, and we had to go almost all the way to the ocean and then turn around and come back around the end of a shoal and come back up this way. So kind of an interesting entrance to this one. All right, so we're into project mode this afternoon. We got here relatively early today, and one of the things that is still needing to get done is to try to make the rainwater totally stop coming into Aria's bed when it rains. But the goal is to do that without pulling her port light and completely rebedding it. So I'm gonna do a hack job DIY, just beat around the outside. Hers doesn't have any kind of trim strip around it, like all the ones on this port side. None of them have that plastic trim strip that's supposed to go around. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know where they went. I did not get that information. So I'm going to scrape all the goop that's on there off and put a much smaller bead on around the raised lip that is the port light. Oh, these old knees! Once I got all the old sealant off, I wiped down the area with acetone to clean it really good. Then I began applying new sealant. I still had Dow 795 in white left over from our video of replacing a port light. I think it's a great choice for this application. Bingo, bango, just like that, we did a DIY hack job. Now, obviously this is not the right way to fix these port lights. We do not recommend doing it this way, especially if you don't have solid glass cabin sides. The risk of water intrusion is just far too great, and core damage and all the other things. But unfortunately, these trim strips that go around these are about 30 or 40 bucks each, and we have a ton of port lights on this boat that need new ones or don't have them at all. So we opted for the cheap or free quick and dirty method. It seems to have worked. I can say that in the months since we've done this, it hasn't leaked a drop. So take that for what it is. Now, almost as soon as I finished this, we actually had an inspector come aboard and check out my work.
Every time we see one of these, I make a joke that it's a pterodactyl.
We had seagulls! We aren't really at sea, but it sure feels like it. The passage through the St. Andrews Sound is one of the hairier parts of the whole ICW so far. There's a large amount of shoaling in the middle of the sound that forces you out almost to sea between Jekyll and Little Cumberland Islands. it would likely be fine on many days, but today there happens to be a 2 to 4 foot swell pushing into the sound from the southeast right on our nose. As you can see, Active Captain has a few hazards in the area. The camera doesn't really seem to ever capture it as rough as it really is, but let me assure you, my maniacal laughter a minute ago, it felt about right today. Just as soon as we were in the lee of the northern tip of Little Cumberland Island, all was smooth again. And there were some interesting sights too, like the Little Cumberland Island Lighthouse, this paddle wheeler, and this. At first, I didn't know what I was looking at, but this dredge was pumping spoils 2 to 3 miles to where they were making a new island here.
We made it to Florida. We made it to Florida.
Woohoo! We're in Florida! So, we've been here in Fernandina Beach for 3 days? 4 days? 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today's Saturday. So this is the 4th day. It has been exceptionally windy and quite rainy, as you're seeing right now, I would imagine. But we're finally going to go to shore. I made one very, very quick trip to shore and a very wet ride back to the boat. Day before yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was wet. So we waited until the seas were a little calmer around here. And now we're going to go to shore because we are in desperate need of some groceries.
Yeah, we don't have anything. We do have stuff.
Didn't we decide yesterday was 13 days since a grocery store? So that's pretty good. We're pretty proud of that part.
Yeah.
So we're going to go get some more so we can do it again.
Yeah, but a bigger one this time. So.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a bigger one because we kind of tapped into some of our dry stores and that kind of stuff as well, and made 3-4 loaves of bread and shoot up some flour, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're going to go to town. We're going to check out Fernandina Beach a little bit. Loosely speaking, because we don't really know, the plan is to walk from here to Walmart, which we understand is a couple of miles, we think, and then get a bunch of goods and probably catch an Uber or something like that back. So
yeah.
That's the pelican talk.
That's it. We're getting a new anchor.
No, that was St. Atlas.
It's a goat. We ended up with almost 2 full carts between that Walmart and the Winn-Dixie next door.
More than we could carry for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I ordered an Uber when a guy pulled up to us and said, "You look like cruisers."
Now I'm not afraid to say, I blushed a little when he said that. Later on when we were talking about it, I looked at Kim and I was like, "Babe, we've made it. We look like cruisers."
Anyway, he offered us a ride back to the marina, so we hopped on that.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Quite honestly, he caught us off guard so much with his awesomeness that we forgot to push record. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I got his name, but I'm really, really bad with names. So if you're out there, sir, and you're watching this, thank you so much. You helped make Fernandina a fantastic place, and we will be back.
And with that, we're going to sign off for this week.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. We really sincerely appreciate you watching.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.